You are listening to Viewpoints from PlaceCloud. Cultural researchers tell stories of places from around the world. For the full multimedia experience and to support the creators you enjoy, visit placecloud.io.
If you stand next to the fountain outside the famous Connaught Hotel, you can see a row of shops across the road, next to the walkway through to the Catholic Church and Mount Street Gardens. And if we go back 150 years, then each of the windows you can see would have been the front of a different shop. And the second one in, at 111 Mount Street, is where a very unusual shop opened in 1870 and remained until the end of the 1930s. In the history of London, this is the earliest known fundraising shop. Of course, there had been plenty of charity bazaars, jumble sales, and church fêtes going back for many years before this, but they were brief events, often chaotic and not necessarily very profitable. Setting up a shop is a fundraising venture of an entirely different order. When we talk about a fundraising shop, it's probably today's charity shops that come immediately to mind. But what opened here in 1870 was quite different. For one thing, there were no second-hand donated clothes or bric-a-brac on sale here. For this was a fundraising flower shop. The money raised from selling flowers here went to fund a mission in London's East End, St. Agatha's Mission. The Christian missionary work done there focused on what they called worthy girls, who were to be given instruction in Bible reading and needlework, and they would also be exposed to other moral influences, like the anti-alcohol Band of Hope. Now, the premises for this mission, the activities that took place there, and the salary of a mission worker, they all needed to be paid for, and everything made from the sale of flowers here went towards that end. Although very little evidence survives of what the flower shop would have been like, there are a few documents we can look at in the Hertfordshire Local Archive, buried amongst the papers of the aristocratic Desborough family. So who were they, and what was their relationship to this place? Well, William Grenfell was a Liberal and then later Conservative MP before being elevated to the peerage in 1905, when he became the first Baron Desborough. His wife, Ethel, or Etty as she was often known, became Lady Desborough and a notable high society hostess. And philanthropic projects, including this fundraising flower shop and St. Agatha's Mission, were very much at the heart of this. The archival records for their estate and various projects include a lease she signed in 1926, which gives us some idea of what the shop might have looked like. We know that it probably looked rather similar to its appearance today. It tells us they had to repolish the hardwood shop front every 4 years and keep the existing whitewash and tint for the walls inside. We know they were not allowed to put any items out the front of the store, apart from flowers for watering, but that had to be done before 9 a.m. each morning. And most importantly, it tells us that they were not allowed to deviate from their agreed use of the premises, which the lease describes as the trade of a florist for charitable purposes.